Good evening, and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View. Celtic have made contact with a striker. They have agreed terms, and he's on his way from Germany. Let's just hope we can keep a certain player that's, let me just sort that camera, it's a bit thingy tonight. Let's just hope that we can keep everyone in the squad. And then it's, well, they were in for him, Liam. They were allegedly in for him, but it's coming out of Germany that the deal has been done. Now, the same guy that has reported that Celtic are in advanced negotiations also reported earlier on today that Celtic were, that Rangers were interested in the player. And it looks like he has decided not to go to Rangers, and said that exclusive Celtic are in advanced negotiations with Borussia Mönchengladbach over a deal for Tomas. And says the 25-year-old striker has already agreed personal terms with Celtic. Now it's down to the final details between the clubs. Deal is set to be a loan with an option to buy, and we'll get some details on. Have we got them? No, it's Dyson Maeda's details that we've got. Let's jump back up to the screen. So yeah, it looks like the deal is done for the player. It looks like he may fly. We don't know. If it'll be great if he flies to Celtic Park tomorrow to sign up and get the deal done. Can he get in time? Is he on the road tonight? Is he flying in tonight? Is the done deal? Has it been done? The deal's been done, Baz, says Martin David. The deal is done. Well, it's if it is a done deal, it's it'll be good if it has. That's all I'm saying. We'll wait for some confirmation from UK sources. Never be prolific, but we can't chat. A big strong lad links well. Never be prolific, but that can change. I think that the fans really need to go easy on this guy, because let's face it, Johnny Kenny's not the answer. We chased out Adam Ida. Do you know? 6 goals in 47 Bundesliga games. Hardly prolific. You're not going to get a prolific striker. A lot of our fans need a wake-up call. Honestly, a lot of our fans do need a wake-up call. We are not going to get, in this window, we can go on and I could show you the stats of Dyson Maeda. I mean, the negativity that's coming already is unbelievable. Hardly prolific. Let's look at Dyson. Let's get Dyson up on the screen. Oh, wait. I need to press this button. There we go. Dyson Maeda. Look at Dyson's stats. It took him years to get going at Celtic. It took him a while to score 33 goals a season. That's what you call prolific. Dyson wasn't a prolific goal scorer before, and everyone said, it's cool, we don't need a striker, we've got Dyson. I think we just be thankful that somebody's wanting to come to the club, because right now Celtic have went through numerous players trying to get them in, and we need to give them a chance. Fans need to just lay off the fucking whatever they're smoking, and give players the chance to shine, because I tell you one thing, nobody's going to want to come to the club. Nobody will want to come to the club. He won't make Bologna. No, he can't make the Bologna game. Nobody that comes in this window would make the Bologna game. That can't happen. That can't happen until after the next round, the playoff games. So anyway, would you take the boy from Motherwell, Baz? What do you think? I think 6.5 million will chase Celtic off. I think Celtic may still go for that deal as a longer term, but we need 2 strikers in anyway. We need a minimum of 2 strikers. Johnny Kenny's number 3 striker at best. But we're just repeating ourselves. Let's just get this deal in, get the guy in the door, get a bit of good news about the transfers. All the negativity, agreed, always negative, need to get behind the team. We do. Blank check. Haha, boom, boom. Where did that one go to? Where did that one go to? A blank check? Maybe the manager's been given a blank check. But you never know. And let's face it, he's probably someone that could put up a bit of a fight for Motherwell. Aren't asking for 6.5 million. Yeah, I knew they weren't asking for 6.5 million. That was for Hibs, wasn't it? Apologies. Hibs are still looking for 3 million. It's been suggested 3 million. Is 3 million? Has he played on a plastic pitch? Oh, Jesus. Mo Bamba on loan by those two. And I'm going to come out the comments now. Jesus. Talk about negativity now. There's a chance of a player coming in. He's not fucking good enough, man. Fucking pish. It's that fucking shite. Anyway, Martin O'Neill is looking to get a player in. We've all been saying Martin O'Neill's been hopeful that we're going to get a player in. And Celtic are closing in on the move for the Borussia Mönchengladbach forward. The 25-year-old has been in negotiations and over the deal, which we see him come on a loan to buy. What I think is the Czech front man. I think we need a bit of Eastern European hardness about us, especially in the league. I think bringing in, Eastern European nut jobs would do fine for Celtic right now. We probably need that. We're complaining we've got a team of safties. You get a lot of the fan, we're too soft, and then we're going to make a move for a 25-year-old Czech player. He's pish. He's fucking shite. He's pish, man. Not good enough. Kyogo Furuhashi is on the bench tonight for Birmingham. So there we go. Adam Ida. I don't know what Adam Ida's doing, but I seen it flash up that Kyogo Furuhashi was on the bench again tonight, again at Birmingham. We got rid of Kyogo. We got rid of Adam Ida. They're in the past. It is about bringing in new blood. Martin O'Neill was bringing in new blood. Whether this is the long-term answer, let's see how the guy pans out. I think that getting him in with the valuation that he does have, it's going to be interesting for Celtic. That's all I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, we need bodies in. And the players that we do have just aren't good enough at the moment. Anyway, let's talk about strikers. And Neil Lennon, you'll see it on the screen there. No, it's just gone. Neil Lennon was talking about Johnny Kenny. This one will really just wind you all up this evening. This one will hit DEFCON 9 with some of you. Neil Lennon was talking about Johnny Kenny after the game the other day, and Neil Lennon said that there's a raw element to the game which needs polished off as soon as possible. He said there's a player in there, there's definitely a striker in there, and he looks as if he can go on to be a good striker. Said Neil Lennon, not me, before you start jumping on stuff. I looked back at some of the comments this morning and it was amazing how many people were jumping on something that I said when it was a Sky News reporter that said it, and I was just repeating what he said and showing a website that he said Celtic use. But no, I'm wrong. It's hilarious, honestly. But anyway, if this is the man to come in and take over from Johnny Kenny, Neil Lennon says, look, Kenny looks like a striker that's raw. He needs to polish off his game a bit. He sniffs out chances. We saw that against Auchinleck Talbot. He has it in him, but there's still more to come from the young 22-year-old. And when you look at it, Johnny Kenny's record this season, he has, and this is for a player that is not a number one striker. I'm going to add that caveat in. He's played 21 games. He's had only 12 starts. And out of those 12 starts, he's scored 6 goals. And he's had 2 assists. When you look at the, you can manipulate the starts to the goals to starts and say that it's a goal every. But then when you see the amount of games he's played, he's come on late as a striker, similar to what Adam Ida did. Similar to what Adam Ida did when he first came in on loan at this time of year. So, can this big towering Czech come in and score 10 goals for Celtic? Celtic have also been linked with someone from the City group, a 22-year-old that is currently at Girona. I don't know if anything will come of this one. Let me just click on show translation. The City Group acknowledge that he's an important asset that they haven't got the most out of at the Spanish club. There's interest from West Ham, Celtic, Ajax, Marseille, and additions from teams from Portugal, Germany. He's not going to come to Celtic then, is he? But then again, the whole City Group thing. But we'll go with the one incoming. What is going on? Read it. No, that's not. Fuck off. Is he at Celtic Park? There we go. He's on his way. He's on his way. The German, the Czech, sorry, he is on his way to Celtic Park. He is flying in tonight. Fucking come on! Yes! Get up, yes! Come on! Get him playing this weekend and he scores. Get in there. Get in there. Thank you for that. The deal is obviously the deal's done. You're watching 40 Towers. No, that was somebody that sent me a WhatsApp with a stupid song on it, and I clicked on that rather than the one that I was meant to click on. He's on his plane with his agent coming to Celtic Park. On his Instagram. Looks like it's his agent's Instagram. I'll probably get demonetized because of that friggin' song there. I hope I caught it in time. Honestly, the worst thing about giving your mobile number to people send you all the shite of the day. But anyway, thank you for that. Thank you for that. So there is breaking news. He is on his way to Glasgow. It looks like I need to change the thumbnail to deal done. He's on his way. We have a striker. At last, we've done it. It's only taken a year. It's only taken a year. Glad to see us tall striker coming in. What's happening with the boy with Motherwell from Motherwell? Well, if Celtic are getting this guy on loan, and we have Kelechi Iheanacho, I don't think that there'll be any deal done in this window for the Motherwell striker, unless he's actually meant to be a winger, the guy for Motherwell. So yeah, looks like Tomas is coming to Celtic, and that's his stats in there. Ta-da! Deal done. So if he's flying in tonight, it looks like he will train with Celtic tomorrow morning. See if I can find this guy. That looks like Instagram. Let me just see if I could find this guy on Instagram. We'll do this live, some live searching. Instagram. Close that. Close. Search. David. Dot. Yes, there it is. I have him on Instagram. Let's pull this over here. Let's shut down that. And then this is his agent. Let me just change screens. Change screen. Split screen. There we go. This is his agent's Instagram. We'll click on there. Very ominous, nothing about it. On the flight with his agent. That looks like his agent. Anyway, that is it. Looks like he's on his way. Fantastic news. Absolutely fantastic. Celtic finally have a striker in the door. And I'm sure it'll get confirmed tomorrow by all the Scottish media. They'll wait until he's right in the door before they confirm. Let me see if it is breaking on any of the news sites yet. Gee, there's far too many pages. That should be done. Deal done. What really pissed Rangers off is that they were in for the towering 25-year-old. It's a good age as well. What is his valuation? I wonder. Is there any further information on from this guy? Nope. Oh Jesus! Breaking news. Anthony Ralston has had a few passport issues ahead of the team flying. That's no big deal, is it? Anthony Ralston. That's no big deal, really. Let me get on to Anthony. Where did he put that about? Because he's not got it on his. He's not got it on his Twitter. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway, right. That is that. Looks like he's on his way in. I'm just reading some of the comments. Was it on 9 million? Yeah, I think it's 9 million he's worth, but even if we get him in, don't know, you get him in the door, see what he's like, see if he's worth it in the summer. Because let's face it, we're going to need to bring in a pretty. We've been crying out for a big, tall striker that can put the ball in the back of the net. 6'3", Martin will get the best out of him. Linked with the Huns this morning. That's even better. He's just valued at just under 3 million. There's a lot of other Celtic nonsense going about. Just do this. Let me see what is worth from transfer markets. Oof, he was once worth 12 million. His valuation is around about 2 million. Wow. Transfer market says that he's only worth about 3 million. Well, that's even better, because who does that remind you of at Celtic or previously that Martin O'Neill bought? Martin O'Neill, a long, long time ago, brought in a striker to Celtic that had a massive valuation on his head, and it is it's a bit like Chris Sutton coming to Celtic. Wasn't fancied by Chelsea. He's a striker. And maybe this is the week. Maybe this is the week that Nicholson gets his finger out and actually gets some deals done by Celtic. You never know. You never know. Anyway, that is the breaking news tonight. I need to change that. It looks like it is deal done. Change this. Let's just hope he comes to us and doesn't change his mind at the last minute and go somewhere else. There we go. Change that. And then that's the Neil Lennon one. We'll save that. So that's that. Perfect. So Celtic do have their man with a valuation of just under. We can actually change the valuation. We put in. What we put it in as 2.5 million. Seems about right. Going by transfer market. Around about 2.5 million is the valuation for the player. If you can get him on loan till the end of the season and then get him in for, say, there's a set fee. Apart from height, what else do I like about him? I've no idea. I've never seen or heard of him before now, mate. Like anyone, we'll just wait till. I trust Martin O'Neill and Maloney to get the right player in. You know, next Jan Vinegar. That would be nice. Cheer us up and then take it away with that comment. Joseph, you're always negative, mate. You better not do a Judas Johnson badge. Nah, he'll not do that. If it's deal done. It's the Germans wouldn't be reporting that he was doing a deal with Celtic, and terms have been agreed. Do you know what I mean? It said that terms were agreed, and for him to be flying in. Sky Sports are now reporting it. They reported it around about 20 minutes ago. 20 minutes ago. And then you get all the usual media nonsense, which I'm not even going to look into. But anyway, that is your breaking news tonight. I take it it'll be a quiet night due to the fact that there is, because the comments are just flying up. Oh no, it's a busy night, 828. That's it's actually better than what I thought. We should change the thumbnail to deal done, isn't it? As it looks, the deal is done, and he's on his way to. Where's the private jet flying into Glasgow? Flight tracker. Let's see what's flying into Glasgow at this moment as private jet from Germany, or if it's already landed. Let's try and find a private jet. It's Jersey to Manchester. Nope. Not available. Where's that came from? Switzerland? Why is there an unmarked plane that's came out of Liechtenstein? Why did all the planes coming out of a lot of the planes coming out of Switzerland have no data? And what type of plane it is? That's a bit dodgy, isn't it? Switzerland's Liechtenstein. Dodgy as anything. Anyway, we can't find them, but that is the breaking news tonight, is that Celtic have got the done deal, and the player is on his way to Celtic, to Glasgow anyway. He has put up on his social media. I think even if there's news coming out today that Tony Ralston might have some passport issues ahead of the flight to Italy tomorrow. Julian Araujo, he can't play due to the UEFA regulations. Anyone that comes in tonight, but it looks like Colby Donovan. I think that anytime Colby Donovan has been, cheers Celtic girl. I think that anytime Colby Donovan's came in, I think he's done all right. To be fair. I'm not overly worried about that. Let's download this. Let's see, screenshot. I'll just get it. We'll get it up on the screen for you, just to calm you all down that he is on his way to Celtic. There we go. Done deal. Martin gets his man. Big striker, big Martin O'Neill type striker is on his way into Celtic. That's him on a flight. Doesn't look like a private flight, does it? No, it's not a private flight, so it's a normal flight coming out of Germany. Who cares? Sure, somebody will find out what time he's coming in at. But anyway, could be coming into London first and then maybe Scotland, which is more than likely, which means that he could arrive late tonight in Glasgow or early tomorrow morning. Maybe he's going to do he needs to do a medical, even though it's alone. If he does his medical in London, flies into London tonight, does his medical. Can we get behind the guy for a sake? We've got to call him a donkey. Yeah. I think everyone, deal's not done yet. Everyone needs to calm down. Well, it's as good as done. It is good as done. But can everyone get behind the guy before we start calling him a donkey? Typical Celtic fan style. But anyway, if he comes in, and I'm going to say, if he can do what Adam Ida did when Adam Ida came in on loan, Adam Ida scored 10 goals. 9 goals, sorry. He scored 9 goals when he was on loan at Celtic. Obviously, the most important one was the one in the Scottish Cup. If this guy comes in and scores 9 goals between now and the end of the season, fair play to him. Do you know? Hopefully, he can score a bit more than that. Hopefully, he finds his feet. How the hell can you have passport issues? He's maybe got less than 6 months on his passport. Wait a minute, what's this coming out of Denmark? Denmark have got quite a few fighter jets just taken off. Go Denmark! Keep that. Are they going to Greenland by any chance? Interesting. But anyway, just flashed up on the screen there. And then they've just disappeared off the radar. What? What the fuck? Where did they go to? Oh no, they're back. Training flights. Who knows? Anyway, right, let's get back in the news. Is anyone heading to the airport tonight? I don't know if anybody's heading to the airport. Why would you head to the airport? Jesus. 15 goal experience or Bowie. Oh, interesting. There is a few sites saying that the deal for the Motherwell player could still go ahead. It'd be interesting if we bring him in. Could we be about to lose Dyson Maeda? I still think that Celtic Dyson Maeda's got a contract until where's Dyson? I had him up earlier. Just see. Because Dyson's contract runs out at the end of 2027. Would it be? I mean, are we going to keep Dyson until the end of this season? That's the big one. And as you can see there, his contract runs out on next season. I wonder if Celtic will sell Dyson this window if we get in the Motherwell player. Because I think it'll be interesting to see There's still a lot of time. Do you know, we are on the 20th. Um, there's a lot of time in this window yet for strange things to happen. And Celtic, normally strange things to happen, like it did a year ago this week when we lost Kyogo Furiashi on the Friday. Nah, still not three more to challenge for the league. If we punt Maeda, we have a replacement in. Attack as well. Get them gone, says Lorne. Sick of the lot of them. Sick of the lot of them. Right, let me just check on this. According to what I'm reading, there's more chance of Celtic signing. It's like Bow's definitely not going to happen this window. But the Motherwell striker could, but he's not linked as a Motherwell strike. He's not linked as a striker at Motherwell. That's the thing. It's interesting. We'll wait and see. Anyway, the good news, it is good news tonight that Celtic have finally, looks like we've got a deal over the line. We will confirm it tomorrow morning, hopefully. You know what Celtic are like. Hopefully it'll come in. I mean, 15 million for Dyson Maeda. Too sure about that. A year and a half left on his contract. Oh, it's a tough one. Because I would think that we maybe got offered 15 million for him in the summer. And that deal fell through. I mean, you really wanted to sell him last summer. We've got him in on loan, just me doing YouTube. It looks like we've got him on loan. What's coming out of Germany is that the deal is a loan with an option to buy with the German Sky News guy. But then he has put a picture on him on a flight. So we'll wait until tomorrow morning. But you know the way that Celtic do it. They'll probably get him in tonight and it'll be tomorrow evening, which is Wednesday. Does that give him enough time? Can Celtic get the deal done and he fly with? He's not going to fly with the players because Celtic will not have booked a seat on the aeroplane, so we can just cancel that one out tonight. He will not be flying with the team tomorrow, so then he's then got to train with the team. He's got to train on Friday with the players that have been left behind, that aren't playing in the European games, which is quite a few. And then he'll train with the rest of the team on Saturday. It doesn't give you a lot of time, does it? Doesn't give us a lot of time to get him to gel with the team. But sometimes that could be a good thing, because as long as the guy knows, as long as he can run into positions and I don't know. I always think we're clutching at straws now. Do you know it is? Let's not lie. It's complete panic station stuff. It's panic station moments because we've been trying to get players in before the Hearts game. Martin O'Neill's been trying to get. He's wanted players in plural. He wanted a number of players in this week. So um, he's not played since November. Says Jim. That doesn't matter. Jim. Auchinleck Talbot hadn't played since December the 19th. And those boys give Celtic a run for their money. And they're non-league football players. So saying that he's not played since November, I'm sorry, but that means nothing. I would give Motherwell 2 million and Welsh on a permanent, Kenny on loan until the end of the season for their fella. That would be an interesting one. Could be a little makeshift. Put Kenny out on loan there. Give them Stephen Welsh. We would still need to get in another striker. And I think that Kelechi Iheanacho will start for Celtic tomorrow night. Thursday night, sorry. Get my nights mixed up. It's tomorrow night that they fly out. Yeah, I think Kelechi Iheanacho will start up front. Just got a funny feeling that Martin O'Neill's just been holding that one back. Better than Adam Eder, brilliant header with goals. What does his wife look like? Yeah, I know he can play on the left or right, and that's why I'm thinking that did Martin O'Neill and Cole look at him and think, you know, the Dyson Maeda situation has not been resolved by Celtic, and it's not been resolved by the media. You know, it was about when did Martin come in? A couple of weeks ago now. I mean, Martin O'Neill was asked straight away about the situation with Dyson Maeda, and then Martin O'Neill went, "Oh yeah, there was a bid from Germany, and he was meant to go to Germany. Oops, did I let that slip? I'll ask him and his agent." Nobody's got back to us. Nobody's went, Martin, what's the deal? Can't tell you. He's he's off after the European game. He can't come out and say that though, can he? But we'll wait and see. I still think that Celtic are going to shock us, and Dyson Maeda will be away on Friday. We'll be sitting holding our breath, but don't know. Bodo Glint on fire tonight. I seen they were winning 2-0. I don't know what the scoreline was. It's a club that we all looked after. Is that the photo of the striker en route to Glasgow, Bash? Yes, it is. That is him en route to Glasgow with his agent. He posted it on his Instagram, and his agent also posted it on his Instagram stories. Livy Saints 0-0 at half time. Whoa, top of the league stuff. There's Champions League stuff on, and we're talking about Livy Saints. It wouldn't surprise us. Yeah, it would be 6'3". Need to be fit, stand there and head the ball. He does it. I mean, with the crosses that we can get in, maybe we've finally got someone that could put a ball away on all these corners that Arne Engels puts in. Because I tell you one thing, people slate Arne Engels, and I think that if the amount of headers from Trusty, Colby Donovan, 2 in the last game, and there's been other players that have put headers wide from corners that have came in from Arne Engels. Arne Engels assists. Arne Engels should be on about 10 assists for the season, just from his corners. But we don't have anyone that can stick the ball in the back of the net. If this is the target guy that Martin O'Neill wants, Martin O'Neill likes a big Chris Sutton type player. He's maybe not got the upper. Well, he probably is about the same as Chris Sutton at that age. Chris Sutton wasn't big and bulky. It was Hartson that was the big bulky one, wasn't it? Chris Sutton was more bend backwards and do the old bum into the area and put the player to push him, rub his tushy against his opposition player. That's what he was really up to. Adam Eder done it for us when he came in. A lot of people forget that. Yes, Adam Eder scored 9 goals on the run to the. Why didn't we go for Kudson as manager? Because he was still at Bodo Glint at that point. Has he not been sacked for them? Or has he not left now? I don't know. He's not. Why did that just open up? Force quit. Comments. Okay. 6'3", doesn't need to be. Just stand there and he puts the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, that's true. Why did that change screen? Let's start playing funny buggers tonight. Let's close that down. Let's close. Right, there's also important information for anyone travelling. But people have already started travelling. But anyone that is going to the game in Bologna, a lot of people might be travelling out tomorrow. There's a cracking flight with one of the tour companies. It'd just be complete madness. And there was also a bus. There was a bus leaving. A bus all the way to Italy. That's just mayhem, isn't it? But anyway, the Celtic have put out information against for the Bologna game. We'll get that up on the screen for people that are going. We'll just make sure that I'm. Celtic have got that. Bring that down a bit. There we go. We'll just put it there and put me there. Bologna AFC versus Celtic, the Europa League. It says, please take time to make sure that you're familiar with important information for the match, including entry into the stadium. The only reason I'm going through this is I know that there's some guys that are going to the game and they're watching this and they're never on the Celtic website because they're too busy getting ready for getting mad with it for a couple of days. Important information, the name on the ticket, you all know this because going to your ticket will be printed with your name and it has to match your ID. There's no swapping tickets and sneaking in. Possession of fireworks, smoke bombs, firecrackers, and all pyrotechnics are absolutely prohibited due to the risk, serious risk of safety. No drinking is permitted in the streets of Bologna. Oh, that's the Celtic fans just in, but there is a supporters area pre-match meeting will be in the central square. Celtic would recommend that on match day fans meeting in the square. Buses will take them to the fan zone where they walk to the stadium. It's 1.7 kilometres. The fan walk will depart at 3:30 local time. Food, beverage services and portable toilets, so you can take the toilet with you. And the meeting point will be open from the morning on match day. It's always good. And then there's directions. Arriving at the stadium. Sections A, B. So Celtic are going to be in those sections. Anyway. Right in the corner. Club staff will work around access points, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, that's on the Celtic website. And there's just a bit of... this is the good bit I wanted to get to. Flags, banners, megaphones, green and white hoops and drums. Flags and banners requested and submitted through at least 72 hours before, which means the Green Brigade will be in town. The Green Brigade will be at the game. A lot of people are going, fuck the Green Brigade. People are then going, well, love the Green Brigade. All requests will be forwarded to UEFA and the Italian authorities for approval. The request must include a copy of personal document of the person responsible for bringing the banner. Most of the banners will be sneaked in. A translation of the banner's literal content is also required. And then it goes on. Banners and flags of other than the visiting team are not permitted. Only banners and flags representing Celtic FC are permitted, with no reference to politics, ideology, race or religion. The flagpole must be no longer than 3 feet metre, flexible, hollow, and have a maximum diameter of 3 centimetres. Megaphones. 2 megaphones are permitted. Each megaphone must have a complete with identity document, and the drums also. 2 single drums are permitted. We've got a photograph of the drum. There's the drum. It's a drum. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting for people that are going, and people that don't go to European away games, just see some of the stuff that Celtic fans have to put up with when they do travel in their massive numbers to these games. Football. Politics should be kept out of football. Where is that one? Where is it? Politics should be kept out of football. Tell that to Brian Wilson, who goes on to the media in Scotland to talk about politics and to talk down the SNP because he's a Labour lovey. Politics is inbred at the highest level of Celtic Football Club. Do not demean the fans the right to have a political voice. That's all I'm saying. Going to the Utrecht game. I'm going to the Utrecht game. There we go. There's rules in Italian football must be born. Keep politics out of football. It's Italy. Politics are just, yeah, tell that to Brother Wilfred. Terrible standing up against genocide. The, tell you one thing, do you know what's great about Spain? Is the amount of Palestine flags that you see on buildings all around Spain. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, we'll forget about that. 8 million for Daizen Maeda, I'd say, is more realistic. I wonder how much we sold him for in the summer before we decided not to sell him. Yeah, unless it suits UEFA. Politics worth both ways. Keep politics out of football. Are you listening to yourselves? Donald Trump got a peace award from FIFA. Yet folk are arguing with fans about keeping politics. It's crazy. That's enough of politics anyway. It's absolutely bonkers, I think. Stop kicking the ball in football. Yeah, stop heading the ball in football. I'm not dreaming. The fans also agree on free speech. Right, well, let's change the narrative here. Anyway, it looks like it's deal done for a 25-year-old striker to come into Celtic. Big lad. I've no idea. They'll probably be at the game tomorrow night. 8 million would be fair, good profit for Dyson. I still think that Celtic will still be looking at 10 million plus. He's got a season and a half to run on his contract. Do you know that season and a half? If he was worth, I mean, Celtic, according to transfer market, his valuation is still 14 million euros. So the valuation hasn't come down that much. We see here. Screen opening up. Still reckon that he's worth 14 million euros. Now, he was at the height of 15 million euros in the summer, and I think that that's what Celtic maybe had him sold for, 15 million euros. If Celtic get 14 million euros, it'd be a fantastic piece of business. But anyway, yeah, we do need a centre back. We need more players in. I mean, that would make it two players in this window. So I still think that we need at least a minimum of another 5 players. Watched his YouTube videos, reminds me of Big Biton. It's interesting. We'll get 10 million for Dyson Maeda if we sell him. Plenty of other clubs desperate, so they'll spend too. Exactly. Do you know, it's not about what we think he's worth, it's what the other clubs think he's worth. And it'll be interesting. Because it was a late deal in the window the last time, I wonder if Celtic, I still think, wait till Friday morning, Friday afternoon, because that's when we sold Kyogo last year, and we were all left in shock because we were so close to beating Aston Villa. I mean, Kyogo missed 3 clear chances. 2 of them were open goals, pretty much. And you're thinking, if he had scored them, I don't know, it could have been a totally different ending to his career. Until you realise McCown and Bernardo fill the void, imagine that, Baz. Someone's always got to cheer us up. Get Bernardo starting. There's 2 further deals, says Big Rab. But I believe that. I think that we need more than that, but hopefully we can get some. If we can get. The thing is, if you bring in 3 players this week, how many of them realistically will start against Hearts? And who do you drop from the bench? Because that's the sore one. Do you know? That is the sore one. That would only happen if we win in Italy and qualify. Young boys, Baz. Ukraine, Pakistan are the most corrupt countries in the world. Yeah, let's keep politics in it. Don't know why I pressed that. Anyway, I am starving. I've been on for 49 minutes tonight. What is the Champions League games tonight? There are some Champions League games going on tonight. I haven't looked at the Champions League all season. Does anybody else do that? Oh, Bodo Glint! Wow, 3-1 against Man City. What the fuck? Fair play. Karat Almaty got beat 4-1 by Club Bruges earlier today. This is why I don't look at the Champions League stuff. Because Karat Almaty should have been put to bed by Celtic. And they're not. Other half-time results in the Champions League tonight. Villarreal versus Ajax. It's 0-0. That'd be a tasty game to watch, actually. It's Tottenham Spurs are beating Dortmund 2-0. Wow. Olympiacos are beating Leverkusen 2-0. Sporting versus PSG is 0-0. Inter versus Arsenal. It's 2-1 at Arsenal in Italy. Real Madrid are winning 2-0 at home to Monaco. Tries to win. And then Copenhagen are getting beat by Napoli. So that is your scores tonight. Where is what's the table? I haven't even looked. Arsenal are top of the table in the champ. I don't look at the Champions League. See, when Celtic are not in it, I don't bother about it. I mean, I should watch. I like the Champions League, but it's just not the same when your own team's not in it, is it? Wow, Tottenham are fifth. So let's get the Champions League on. We've no. I mean, I know that we're not interested in it because we're not in it. We just spit the dummy out as fans. We're like, oh, fucking watching that shit. This is the league table for the Champions League. Arsenal are first in the Champions League. And then it's Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, PSG. Tottenham are fifth. Man City are sixth. Atalanta, Inter, Atletico Madrid, Liverpool, Dortmund, Sporting, Newcastle are 13th. Still think it's bizarre that Newcastle are even in it. They've never won nothing in how long? Chelsea, another team. Barcelona, Napoli, Marseille, Juventus. And where's their... there we go. That makes me feel worse. Karat Almaty. Bottom of the Champions League. But anyway, Bobo smashed City. They did that. They absolutely smashed them. Yeah, thank you, Craig. Thank you for that one, Craig. Let's look at the Europa. Nah, we all know the Europa. It's interesting that, I mean, one thing that I'll take from looking at the Champions League this year is that the English teams seem to be doing quite well this year in numbers. I mean, Arsenal are top of it. Tottenham, Man City, Liverpool, Newcastle. I mean, that's their 4 teams all in the top 13. That's not too bad. I still think it's disgusting that a country like England gets 4 teams into it. And it's at the detriment of countries like Scotland. You know, there's nothing champions about the Champions League. And that's the reason that I don't watch it, to be honest. Because when you've got 4 teams going in from one country, they should change the name of the competition. Completely change the name of the competition. It should no longer be called the Champions League because, one, you don't have to be champions to get into it, and it's just a fucking money-making fraud. It's woeful. It's absolutely woeful. But anyway, that's enough of that nonsense for tonight. The good news, the breaking news, is the fact that Celtic have signed. It's not done yet, but he is en route. He has his picture on Instagram that he's flying into Scotland. Hopefully. Did they not have 5? Maybe they did have 5, I don't know. England and Europe are leaving, I agree, discussing about 5 spots. 5 spots automatically. See, this is what I don't... It could be 5, I don't pay attention to it. You know, it's like I say, maybe it is 5. When Celtic aren't there, I don't give a shit. It's like the World Cup. Even though Scotland are going to be there, there's no chance I'm getting up to watch any World Cup in the middle of the night getting played in America, that's for sure. I watch games during the day in sensible hours. But anyway, That is it. Right, let me just check on a little bit Celtic news just to check that there's nothing else happening. Yeah, all the Celtic sites are now wage dispute. Oh, minute. Oh, God, we're going to be. He's agreed. Why? Let me just see this. The player terminated the loan himself with the Turkish team due to unpaid wages. That's the reason that he left his team, because they didn't pay him wages. Could be a good thing for Celtic then. Anyway, who cares? Right, that is me done and dusted for this morning. Hopefully, we got a bit of live news in the morning that he has landed. So we've actually signed someone. Yes. The board are now retreating to their VIP lounge for a brandy and a pat on the back. It's not my comment. Before I get the hate comments, you're a fucking board apologist, you. We buy players whose best option is Scotland. Not that anything can do about it. Of course, that's all we do. You know, and players that we think that can come in, make a name for themselves, and then get sold on. That's it. He's coming back to find his career. Think about it. If he comes in and we buy him, when uh, when he comes into Scotland, if he does well in this window, and we've got the option to buy, we buy him a couple of million, 3 million maybe, and then he does well next year. We know that we're going to sell him within 2 years. You know, the maximum you're going to get is 2.5 years. But anyway, I shall see you all in the morning, and hopefully we have some fantastic news to wake up for. And he's photographed walking in. You'll not get photographed. What's for your dinner? Oh, it's 10 o'clock here, mate. Don't know why you're asking for my dinner. Anyway, have a fantastic day, Celtic fans all around the world.